feel like they should have seen this coming. I'll read an excerpt for you so you can understand the basic concept of this video, and also the hellscape I had to slog through the past week. Pump Man's flavor text explains that sometimes he'll volunteer to wash off graffiti, and no one likes a narc. My second reaction to this was, what the fuck? Hey Todd? What the fuck? Who really has the time to read all those books? I do. Apparently. And Link is nowhere to be found, and where's Link? Where's Link? I'll get to it, don't worry, I'll get to it. Can this monster get it? I hear you. I hear your questions constantly. They come to me in my dreams like a prophet receiving visions from an angry god. I'm choosing to think of that as something like nuclear fission, as opposed to choosing to think of it as dumb. Wait, where'd Toadman go? Where's my guy Toadman? Everyone knows that poetry and theater are meant to be seen and not read. And you have no idea how much it pains me that I do not have time to do stage readings of all these. Oh my god, I would have loved that. It's what we in the industry call educational rap flow, and that's defined as a rap wherein you could include an anti-drug line and it wouldn't sound out of place. Unfortunately, this also meant I had to cut the entirety of subsection R, Steel Erection. This pits Link against perhaps the most difficult challenge a young man can face: feeding himself. Starman! Society! And in this case, I've been dealing with this small bastard's antics for so long, I need to remind myself why he's here by quantifying his value. I appreciate that they have included a category called small animals, as if that means fucking anything. And speaking of harsh realities, and that is no good, is it? Is it? I'm a little confused now. And I don't need any more reason to be afraid of looking at myself in the mirror. That's science, baby. Believe me when I say that these were the only good ones. This is all I'm qualified to do now. He just gets really into fashion in Triforce Heroes, which is what I plan to do in my midlife crisis. But when you smash together everyone's stinky, rotting corpse, you can move mountains together. I'm in a real tough situation right now, and I just need to get through the month. It may seem lame to force a tradition song, like making all of your friends call you by a nickname you gave yourself. Who doesn't love a little erotic lizard fiction?
Ooh, come on, baby.
So the original Pokerap is no Gesamtkunstwerk. That's right, I went there! Yeah! I'll say it again! But we all know what a Gesamtkunstwerk is, so I'm going to carry on. And they hate corrupt politicians. We can get behind that. Slave Knight Gale came into the company with you, was a really good friend, and then he got promoted over you, and he's been a real jerk since. Leaves me excited, energetic, and, can I be honest with you, a little bit distraught. No one wants to hear my opinion, which is why I am not expressing an opinion, I am stating a fact. Please don't show that to me anymore. Please get it out of here! Despite what he has written in his memoirs, he's never actually been active duty, and he's a valor-stealing bastard. I am making the perfect song. And if someone comes up and introduces themselves to me as Duke Mirage, my pants are already off. What's he good for, titrations? That's a chemistry joke. Who hired this man? I don't want him on my job site. This dude just put on a different suit and tried to get rehired in the Ogden branch. That's not gonna fly. He's an absolute bastard, and there's no way I want to cuddle with my sleep paralysis monster. Do one thing.
That's all you need to do.
Never change. Stick to what you know.
Never try and improve.
Don't try to get better in life. Those are the things I learned today. There is a large ape. Again, I could not categorize that, but I know he shouldn't have been there. This six-arm weirdo is going to steal trinkets and treasures just to win your favor. That's a fool's errand, Brian. You are a fool. They called me a fool, but do I look like a fool to you? But just when all hope seemed lost, I had an epiphany. I am going to throw myself into the sea. Yes! And then it's another existential crisis, but this is my favorite one. Hard man. That might be a transcendent experience, and maybe it's just because I went so low 2 minutes before this point. Time to get real into unethical science! This is a lecture, okay? There will be no audience participation. The goal is education, not entertainment. Pat, start the hype-up music. Dude, you gotta wear more than a loincloth to work. Skyrim book report! Snake man. Triborg. More like try hard. The Red Bull's wearing off. But that's because you're viewing it through nostalgia goggles. And over the next 5 minutes, I'm going to take those off your face and replace them with the pragmatic transitions lenses of reality. They're not the most surprise! I lulled you into a false sense of security. Reggie, take fucking notes. There's Red Bull in this mug. The last one. We can do it.
Please don't ever ask me to do this again.
Am I that type of person? I am. That's a metrical cut. I bore this burden for you! He nasties. Infighting is a very dangerous thing for a group of managers. Would you use that power for good? Or would you use it to calculate your pet's HP? Because that's what I would do! And if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go throw myself into the ocean now. It's me! I'm not gonna explain how it connects just yet, because I'll do that later. I think we are done with the triple lit rap, so now let's rap to educate. It's theater, baby. Now you may think that Fallout's music is fine. It fits the aesthetic, and it adds a sense of retrofuturism. But you're wrong, and here's why. Big Pharma is the root of our country's problem with opiate addiction! Gollum! Is life quantifiable? I love dogs! Literally nothing's gonna get done today. And tear out each other's throats when someone expresses an opinion that is slightly different from our own. And who does choose to be born, right? Who chooses?
Do it for the Duke.
Do it for the Dukes! Your value is not defined by the size or shape of your body. It's about what you do with the body you're given. Warning. He is a fart man. And the fifth and final C can really just go to town on a motherfucker.
How dare you jettison my gift!
And one of them is this, and we can look forward to that.
Stop pointing to it.
That's right, it's darkness, baby. This one's for the sapiosexuals out there. The brain float. There's no song for when your swamp itch clears up, but there should be. And if you needed me to tell you that, I'm glad I told you that. 3. Bangers only. I just didn't want to include them, all right? Look, I don't have to explain everything to you. Did the memo work? I don't know. Why don't you ask Timon and Pumbaa? They're from The Lion King. That was a movie that Disney produced. A lot of people think it's a great movie. I hope that bastard's in jail. Steer clear of this knife pervert. But manipulation gets you pretty far in business. If I can't be accurate, I sure as hell am gonna be extra. And it could easily be used for evil by some of the most wicked forces on Earth. Like health insurance companies. Good old acquaintance be forgot and all that jazz. You don't have to be good at cooking to do this, you just have to be good at arson. I'm already sweaty and the show hasn't started because I had the bright idea to hide under a table for 20 minutes. You babe swaddled in the cashmere blanket of ignorance, you ask too little of me. What? Hell yeah! What? Hi, I'm Brian David Gilbert, safety fan and bureaucratic wunderkind. Please address me as such. History's so boring! Yikes. Folks, we're about to engage in a friendly session of biblical literalism. Technically not murder, definitely bad. Get out of here! Haha. War. Because the only difference between me and a mid-2000s suburban mother is a few more trips to Nordstrom's. But I really do think we should include hyena with gun. That hyena can get it. Humans are real squishy, really, when you think about it. So That's on your conscience. From the soaring, triumphant music of Jurassic Park to the ice cream truck version of Pop Goes the Weasel, which, for reasons I don't understand, always makes me cry. Why am I the only scholar in time break studies? But it is a testament to just how trash human beings are. One of these cups is poisoned. So fuck the man and fuck the beat he made you drum to. Because, God, we all need a distraction sometime. Because God has cursed me for my hubris, and my work is never finished. But are you happy with just those two versions of yourself? You shouldn't be. No, it's Arbok, whose main powers include being a snake. I couldn't give a shit about death. I don't know if you should own that thing. No! And you know what? They are valid. And they're wrong. I'm the only one who cares about this. He is loud, stubborn, and not afraid to make terrible decisions in plain view of me. Sure? But I'm gonna say it anyway. They're all over here. I'm not gonna touch that. Jingles. In other words, propaganda. And we're just gonna call that the anti-hero's cradle. Fight me. Simply because they are always up in shit that they should not be up in. Is definitely the key, the tridecagon of villainy. This is a 13-sided shape that goes one further than the dodecagon. Why the fuck is he a top?